I'm thinking about going Horde for Shadowlands though, and rolling Horde for the first time in 14 years, playing Horde. Well, I got another month to decide. We'll see. It's gonna come out this fall. It'll be.
Take your mouse and click the button, won't you subscribe to me? LockOutz, providing the content that you see. I'm visually stimulating your mind, 1 minute at a time.
Here for World of Warcraft. We have a lot to tell you about today, but first, I want to start by saying thank you to our amazing community.
You're welcome.
Like many of you, our regular routines have been turned upside down since we quarantined in March. We miss seeing our friends. The daily greetings and face-to-face conversations that we took for granted have been replaced by webcam meetings, little windows into each other's homes. When we meet this way, we often talk about how COVID-19 and world events are affecting our team and our families.
Yeah, I'm about to lose my
company.
company,
One of the
probably.
hardest parts is dealing with a feeling of helplessness. Initially, we struggled with maintaining a sense of purpose, but ultimately, we draw inspiration from all.
How has COVID affected you guys? I own a roofing and renovation construction company, and I haven't done one job this year. I've done a few jobs, but they're all stuff that I scheduled from last year or way earlier before COVID. Ever since then, my phone don't ring. My company is probably about to be gone, which means that
all of you. In a situation where it's easy to feel isolated, our purpose is to help bring people together. WoW is truly a unique and magical place where people can maintain the bonds of friendship across physical distance by joining forces to take on epic challenges or just hang out and talk. In WoW, the journey together is the real reward. Getting an awesome loot upgrade, finally downing a mythic raid boss, defeating the enemy team in the last moments of a battle, all these experiences are memorable because we have each other to share them with.
I got you guys.
You've rekindled old friendships, made new ones, and gathered in Azeroth to honor fallen comrades. Seeing you all connect in this way has helped us carry on. WoW is also a place where you can just do your own thing, knowing that you share a common bond with millions of others who are exploring the world with you, and who'll be there anytime you want to join up for an adventure or two. Like many of you, we're eager to embark on a new adventure together. You have our commitment. We will be releasing Shadowlands this fall.
This fall.
Even if we end up shipping it from our homes. So again,
good.
On behalf of the entire WoW team,
nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
While this stream is about Shadowlands, before I get to that, I want to remind everyone what's happening in WoW Classic. Later this month, on July 28th.
And this is a place where you're actually likely to begin and
you'll also find, and this is something we know you've all asked for, so we did one just for Shadowlands, but here's the art book.
What?
Beautiful 4-color art on every page. I'm sorry, full color art on every page, but it has all the concept art and a lot of great imagery that are unique to Shadowlands.
Ooh, Orpheus, what's going on, buddy?
Celebrate Shadowlands at your desk or home office. We have Shadowlands mouse pad.
Oh, I gotta get one of them.
Which is the background behind me.
I have to get a couple of them to
my
giveaways.
Favorite component for this is we actually have a collector's pin collection. This contains a pin for each of the covenants: Kyrian, Venthyr, Necrolords, and Night Fae.
Ooh.
It also includes a soundtrack for Shadowlands, so you can listen to the music of the afterlife wherever you go.
Nice.
You'll be experiencing more of Shadowlands very soon. In fact, I'm pleased to
announce
you gotta
get rid of your shitty old mouse pad. I got two.
Enter
I got a
next week.
I got a big Corsair one, and then this Logitech one.
The max level challenges in the Maw, the
big,
most
big
dangerous
hard mouse
place
pad.
in all the Shadowlands, and one of the most rewarding too. To tell you more about our upcoming beta, I'd like to introduce our game director, Ian Hazakostas. On behalf of the WoW team, thank you again for your support.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, John. Thank you for sharing your morning or evening with us, as the case may be. Super hyped to be able to share that collector's edition with everybody. One of my favorite features that John didn't get a chance to mention is that those pins actually have a self-destruct mechanism built in. So pick one carefully. If you want, the other three might vanish instantly. Let's talk a little bit about what is coming up.
He said that the pens have a self-destruct mechanism built into them, so pick that shit carefully. What? You guys remember when they used to release expansions, dude, and they would release that shit on like Tuesday, and then there would be a server restart 87 times that Tuesday. Wednesday, there'd be 15 server restarts. Thursday, there'd be fucking 12 more. Then it would go down all day on Friday and then come back up on Saturday. Getting used to the Corsair Schmiter. You're getting better with it though, right on. I got a Corsair Dark Core Pro. That's what I got right here. That 9 button. What mine looks like.
Speaking of feedback, it's not just the feedback within the tool, but also broader discussions on the forums and the community at large.
The Schmiter, that's got a 12 buttons on the side, right?
Videos folks are making to share reactions, thoughts, and ways in which the experience that they're seeing could be improved. Something that our entire development team is eagerly attentive to. Now, our alpha experience and our...
See, I play a lot of shooter games and stuff too, so that's why I have the buttons that are right on the top of mine. You can see that there's 2 side buttons right here. And then there's 3 that's on the side of this. There's a center depress and then a forward and a back. And the buttons that are also on the very top that are right here too. Like where I play Apex Legends and Call of Duty and stuff, I gotta have like a shooter mouse. So I try to have a mouse that's like a mixture between an MMO and a shooter. That way, no matter what game I go into, I'm still using the same mouse and I still have the same feel and the same DPI across every game and stuff. It's consistency, right? That muscle memory buildup.
Our alpha process really is a true alpha. For the past weeks, what you have been seeing is the active organic evolution of the game.
Console.
Sometimes a build might have a change that literally is 5 days old. It's an experiment. It's a solution to some problem that was discovered, and we want to see what reactions are immediately. There's a very quick turnaround time there, and it's a collaborative process between us and the community. And so we've seen some changes to, for example, the pacing of Torghast. And
Call of Duty,
of any sort of the torment system or time limits.
Modern Warfare.
An area in Torghast we've heard a lot about also is, frankly, just how much fun people are having and the grim prospect of only being able to do it a certain number of times a week. I think we'd previously discussed that the Endless Corridors section of Torghast would be completely ungated, but I'm actually happy to announce
can't wait to run a Torghast,
we are shifting to completely remove all keying from all the wings of Torghast. And so you can run it to your heart's content. If you want to go in, have fun with a buddy, try out a new build, just experience the dynamic gameplay of Torghast, we don't want to get in your way. We'll figure out a solution to the reward system there to make sure that you're not required or overly encouraged.
Saw a few of my vids on a beast. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Just because it's fun, we don't want to stop you.
Well, all it is a lot of hours to play
to get like that. Our combat team are listening to the feedback there, and there are regular updates coming out and many more to follow. Our level...
Yeah, I applied for an alpha key. I don't know why they didn't give me an alpha key. I even opened up like 10 or 11 tickets trying to get alpha keys. And I was like, fuck, man. So I definitely am going to get a beta key, though. I'll get a beta. They didn't give me an alpha, but I'll for sure get a beta key. I'm bringing my Fire Mage in heroic grade. Uh-oh, they're pretty decent for... Yeah, man, Fire Mage, dude, that fucking, that dot, dude. What is it, what's the dot that they put on? Incinerate? What the hell's the dot? Ignite, that's it, Ignite. And that Ignite dot. Damn, buddy. Especially in arena, fuck around and just hit a dude a few times. Fuck off. Fuck around. Crack off a good ignite on him, buddy. That'd be that.
Design team, which sculpts the hills and the mountains and the roads that shape our zones, are actually eagerly devouring every bit of footage of people playing the alpha they can get their hands on. Often
you, give me
watching
alpha.
people who get turned around or confused or stuck trying to climb up a hill that looks like it should be climbable, and they're instantly going in, fixing those areas for the next build, the next week. Every part of the game, our character artists.
You got an hour to get your opener down. Just remember to jump when you pop your combustion. Just remember to jump. That's in between your pyroblast, so that fucking you get that instant stopped cast time. When you pyroblast and then jump, it'll instantly stop and reset your bar. That's why you see all the top tier mages jumping. You got to get the jump down.
Customizations that are going out and hearing what people are most excited about, what they wish they could have, what options are missing, and doing what they can to add that. So I can't thank all of you enough, both the people who are in the alpha who have been testing there for us, but also those who are sharing their thoughts as part of the broader community conversation.
Yeah, go to YouTube. I don't have any videos for Fire Mage for the rotation. Zeru does, Xaryou, Zero. He's like one of the rank 1s, rank 2s right now. Look, he's got a rotation guide for fire for you for PvE, and he shows you how to jump in between your fucking pyroblast. Yeah, I'm Alliance, yeah. I'm thinking about going Horde for Shadowlands though, and rolling Horde for the first time in 14 years playing Horde. So, well, I got another month to decide. We'll see. It's gonna come out this fall. It'll be September. Like my birthday is September 11th, right? I'm a 911 baby. So I got till my birthday or right before my birthday to decide if I'm gonna play Horde or not.
The work that goes into Shadowlands is, you know, as much yours as it is ours, truly. So now, turning the corner, looking ahead to what the next weeks will hold as we move into our beta. So what does beta mean?
Oh yeah.
For us,
145. Them top tier, yeah, I'll be a Blood Elf DH. Yeah, I'll be Blood Elf. I have a 120 Blood Elf that's on Tichondrius. I have Horde characters. I just don't play them a lot. The top tier Fire Mages are doing 450k single target DPS. In raiding, they're doing 250 and 275 at 480 item level. That's where the Fire Mages are sitting right there, single target. They do drop after a while, but their burst is fucking ridiculous, and they'll sustain about 200k.
It only means the game's not done, but the framework is there and is complete. There shouldn't be missing pieces, giant missing ones, where there's an entire feature that's not there, or there's a zone that's not yet playable. While those things are true, on our test
all right,
of
let's go.
Examples, because
here we go.
Personalities,
Here we go.
Prominent,
all right, this is what I want to see.
Experience.
This is what I want to
Bastion,
see.
you get a chance to borrow their powers, get a sense of their personalities, their ethos, their aesthetic, and at the end of that road, when you hit level 60, what awaits you is this fateful choice as you return to Oribos, now fully understanding the stakes that are affecting the Shadowlands and really all of existence, and choose whether you want to cast your lot with the Kyrian of Bastion, the Venthyr of Revendreth, the Necrolords of Maldraxxus, or the Night Fae of Ardenweald. And
it's sad for the fucking Death Knights of the game, buddy. They're only, every Death Knight in the game is going to be a Necrolord. Every one. If you play DK, that's what you play, is Necrolord. But that's going to be. You're going to see a mixture of the other things. But I mean, even Night Fae, that's going to be like Night Elves. And then you got Kyrian and Venthyr, that's going to be like more Horde fucking classes. But out of all four of these, one of these is going to be really, really shitty. Watch.
You know, as you make that choice, what that means is unlocking an entire sphere of gameplay and content for you. But what we've seen so far in Alpha really is just the tip of the iceberg. It's just these couple of active abilities that, you know, you get to experience while leveling up. We also made sure to make those testable as early as possible just to get mechanical feedback on them and what felt good and what didn't. But now it's time to see the rest of the iceberg and everything the Covenants entail. So on the system side, first off, one of the most prominent immediate things
look at this, dude,
is soulbinds. So soulbinding is this ancient ritual in the Shadowlands whereby two souls can link themselves to each other, sharing a portion of their identity, of their...
This reminds me of when vanilla turned into BC, and we had that fucking 3-tier build that you could pick from the 3 different fucking specs. You could pick shit out of each one of them and do a multi-fucking weave build. That's what this kind of reminds me of. The only difference is that you have to pick this one thing to unlock this thing over here.
Their memories, and also their powers.
Testicles.
And so as you join a covenant, you'll be able to form soul binds with certain key powerful souls that are affiliated with that covenant. These will be characters with vibrant, memorable personalities, many of which you will have met while leveling up and while questing through those zones. So here, I'm going to use the Venthyr and Revendreth for a lot of these upcoming examples, because that's the first covenant that we're going to have playable in an upcoming build. Nadia, the Mistblade, she was a renowned duelist in life, and that persona really shapes all of her abilities and the ways in which she's going to enhance.
Look at that, dude! Look at this ability, Dauntless Duelist. The first enemy you damage in combat is marked as your adversary. You deal 4% more damage to them and deal 2% less damage to you. You may only have one adversary at a time. So, and it's a passive. So whatever it is that you target and you hit them, they're gonna instantly take 4% more damage. 4% more damage. That is fucking cool. That's fucking cool, dude. No more having to like be a rogue and mark for death on something. You can just Dauntless and it'll, no matter what, any class. That's wicked.
Ability, grant you utility, and more. And so what each soulbind represents, as you can see in this slide, it's effectively a talent tree that you can, you will traverse down as you gain power in your covenant.
So you're going to have your main talents and then a covenant talent tree.
Customize your gameplay, customize those abilities to suit your gameplay. Now you may be noticing the empty slots in this tree.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to put these items that are called conduits. Now, for those who played Legion, you may remember relics that you put into your artifact weapon.
Yeah.
These are fairly similar.
Okay.
Conduits are going to be items that you can get from dungeon bosses, raids, PvP, a wide array of max level item sources.
Zergu!
And unlike the
What's up, brother?
soulbind traits, which are universal, where an arms warrior and a holy priest have the same.
How are you, buddy?
traits,
How are you? Good to see you.
Soulbind. Conduits are spec specific. They will do things like improve your ignore pain or your rejuvenation or whatever you choose to slot it. There are different conduit types. Some are going to
Doing good, man. Doing good, man. Glad to see all you guys are stopping by here. It's been I've been doing work and all the shit that I can do to try to save my little company here, guys. So COVID's got me real fucked up with streaming right now. I am gonna try to find a balance. I have been saying this the last few times I've streamed, but I am gonna find a balance and be on here more often, at least daily, even if it's for a couple hours a day. I'll try to at least be doing that. And what we're doing here is this is the live stream from Shadowlands that was streamed earlier from World of Warcraft that I wasn't around to watch. So we're trying to catch it now and see exactly what they're doing with the game and where it's going. And we're watching it.
focus on increasing your throughput, like your damage and healing. Others are more about survival. Others are about utility. Again, this is letting you mix and match to choose the gameplay and the loadout that really best suits whatever you're looking to do on a given evening in World of Warcraft. Now, unlike Covenants, which themselves are a very weighty choice and not something that's lightly switched, Soulbinds have a great deal of flexibility, both in terms of respecking them at a nom.
Now that here's my question. Can you carry around like conduits with you and you can just like take one out and swap it and pop another one in for whatever it is that you're doing? Can you like, you know what I mean? Like say you have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 conduits here. Do you just carry like 7 extra conduits or 14 so that you have like 2 different type of conduit builds? That's the question. Because if that's the case, buddy, that's a whole lot of fucking bag space to be carrying around these conduit things, to be switching shit in and out like he's talking about here.
Nominal cost, nothing escalating like how Azerite was in Battle for Azeroth, or just switching from one soulbind to another, the same way you might respec or switch talents. Truly, the idea here is to have a range of options, and you pick what suits you for what you're looking to do right now. Now, as you join the Sanctum, as you join the Covenant, a key way in which you're going to progress within your Covenant is by gaining Renown. Renown will deepen your connection with your soulbinds. It will also unlock a wide range of features, rewards, followers, which we'll talk about in a little bit, cosmetics, and more. You'll earn renown by, on a weekly basis, going out into the world, gathering anima, this precious lifeblood of the Shadowlands.
They are fucking making ya, no matter what. Here it is again, dude. So if you are a PvP only player, and you need to do this shit right here, you have to go out into the fucking world and PvE fucking E. So that you can successfully PvP.
That every Covenant is starving for, or by going into the Maw and rescuing tormented souls that really rightfully belonged in your Covenant, in your realm, but that were instead...
It'll be like how you drop different essences now. Yeah,
of death is broken.
That's what I figured.
This isn't an open-ended grind. This isn't like artifact power. This is a more, metered progression.
So you'll have to be like at a rest place somewhere. You won't be able to like be in the dungeon and switching conduits back and forth and stuff like that. You have to be somewhere rested that you can actually change talents, and then you'll be able to change them conduits out. And it's like it's interesting. It's interesting. We'll see how it goes.
As you're working on behalf of your Covenant. And we're making sure that really from the start, the moment Shadowlands launches, we have robust catch-up systems built in, whether you are an alt, someone who's switched Covenants, or someone who's just, late coming to the game. We don't want you to feel like you're behind or like you have some, catch-up calendar. But Renown is a primary way in which you will progress through the systems of the Covenant, including soulbinds, but also some stuff I'm about to talk about next. So each Covenant has a sanctum. Now these are, there's loose inspiration is drawn here from things like the garrisons back in Warlords.
So now you have your talents, and then you have Covenant talents that fucking have conduits, and then you have sanctum now. So there's 4 fucking things right there off the top that I know instantly that you're going to have to grind. 4 instantly.
Class halls in Legion. Each sanctum is the base of operations for that Covenant, and this is a place where
5, because you're gonna have to fucking gain reputation with the goddamn Covenant that you want to unlock. Echo! Ladies and gentlemen, the mod is in the house. What's up, Echo?
You're actually likely to begin and end most of your gameplay sessions once you're at max level. Now, each sanctum has a number of features to it that you can upgrade, but really restore to functionality. Because I think what we're going to learn as we venture through the Shadowlands is that this was a vibrant place that had its own ecosystem and politics and people with various pastimes, but all this has been thrown into disarray as a drought plagues the land, everything is withering, starved of anima, and chaos really is consuming the Shadowlands. And you, as a champion of your Covenant, will be working to restore that order, to restore things to how they once were. And that will be largely accomplished by getting anima, rescuing souls from the Maw, and restoring, activating these structures. One of them that every Covenant has is a transportation network.
Why?
So within your own zone, if you're a member of the Night Bay within Ardenweald, there's
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just been really, really busy, and when I'm home, I just don't have it in me because I'm fucking tired as shit to stream, right? So I made it a point today, no matter what, boys, we're streaming, and I'm gonna find a balance to be able to be here, and I have to start getting more videos back onto YouTube because we are only 8 days into this month, and I'm already 81,000 watch hours down on YouTube. 81,000. To give you an idea, last month I did 600,000 watch hours, and I'm already down 81,000 on this month on the 8th. So I'm gonna have to get some videos and get put out. So we need stuff, man. I'm only one guy.
Access different parts of the zone. The Venthyr and Revendreth have a network of blood mirrors that can basically teleport you around. We want to make it so that, particularly if this is something you're investing in, you feel most at home, most comfortable in your zone if you're a member of that given Covenant, because that is where your powers are greatest. That is where your Covenant's influence is greatest. Another structure that every Covenant has is something called an anima conductor. So as I've mentioned, part of the plight of the Shadowlands is this lack of anima. Groves in Ardenweald that were once flourishing with magical energy are now desiccated with.
So this is going to be like a fucking You guys remember having a garrison and when you had to go out? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, Wreckful, bro. Yeah. Yeah. One of the very first dudes that I ever watched live streaming, bro. Wreckful, dude. We're talking about, I was like, fuck, man. I'm only a couple years older than he is, right? But this is years ago. I don't personally know him, but I've known of him and watched a lot of his streams, dude, for a long fucking time, man. And the last like year, you could see like he was really dealing with a lot of stuff. He was doing shows for anxiety and depression and talking about everything that he had that was going on. And you know, his older brother committed suicide also and stuff, right? Like, so, I mean, he had a lot that he was on his plate. And, you know, you're all cool right here, right? But what's actually right here, man, is a whole nother level of what the hell is all... It's real easy to put on a smile and not show shit on the outside, you know? And my heart goes out to him and his family. And, you know, I want to cash out, buddy, and end it, brother. There was some real serious shit that is going down with a fella to say, you know what, man, I'm cashing it out, right? So I don't give a fuck what anybody says, you know what I mean? To cash it out, you had a lot going on, brother. You know what I mean? Unless somebody's in your shoes, they don't understand, right? So he's a good dude, man. He did a lot for everybody, you know? If you're ever done a donation or seen donations done on Twitch, he was the guy that came up with the idea, worked with the Twitch community, actually implemented getting donations started in Twitch. So I mean, he's like a pioneer of what the hell is going on for streaming across any platform, so that people that are like me or you or anybody that wants, you know, to do this kind of same thing, that has a personality and is charismatic with their words, has a chance to be able to make some type of an income from how much of an investment we put into it. He ensured that we were able to do stuff like that. And, you know, fucking been around for a long time, man. Been around a long time. That's really all I got to say about that. I don't want to get too much into it because that's not what my streams and all my stuff really goes towards. So my heart's off to him, dude. My condolences again to him and his family and all that stuff. And man, what can a fella say, really, right? Thank you for everything that he did do, though.
Third, temples in Bastion lie dormant, deactivated. The constructs that once guarded them are inactive. Anima is the answer to all of those things. And so,
Candy, how are you, Candy?
To your covenant and to your sanctum is pooling it in a reservoir, but you also have the ability to direct the flow of anima outward toward your zone to regrow, reactivate these dormant.
Yeah, you see a lot. The thing that I didn't agree with, brother, was the fucking people that went on YouTube and made videos about, like, people didn't even know who the fuck Wreckful was. Asmongold went and made a video, and then after that, dude, there was 30 of them that came out of a bunch of people that acted like they knew who the hell he was, or they went and sat in like Asmongold's stream and fucking went into the cathedral or something. Buddy, like, I've known this dude. He's been a part of what the fuck it is that I've done. I know exactly who he is. You understand what I'm saying? For a decade, over a decade. So the reason that I released a video is because he meant something to me from where I started as a streamer, and I'm very thankful. That's the only reason, because you don't see me put shit like that out on my YouTube, you know what I mean? So I did that to actually say, hey, you know, here is this server, this is what this server is going on, and thank you so much, man, because if it wasn't for somebody like him, dude, that started it, we wouldn't be where we are right now. Ninja would not be Ninja. Dr. Disrespect wouldn't be Dr. Disrespect. Summit 1G would not be Summit 1G. Nobody would be anybody, because nobody would be making a fucking dollar, you know what I mean? Ranked 16 seasons in a row. Top-rated PvP player in WoW, had its most players. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah. So I mean, to know, you know, like, to know who that man is and know of him, what he's done in the game, the hours that he's put into it, the pioneering that he's done for streamers across any fucking platform. And yeah, man, that's the reason why I released the video, right? So what happened to Dr. Disrespect? I don't really want to fucking say much, man, like, because everybody has an opinion. There's so many wild theories that are out there. But I'm going to tell you this, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. If you are worth millions of dollars, all right, I'm going to say this, and this is all the fuck that I'm going to say. And then you guys could answer your own question with a very real statement that I'll put out for Dr. Disrespect, all right? You can clip this, highlight it, upload it, whatever the fuck you want to do. And this is keeping it 100. If you are worth millions and millions of fucking dollars, and you just signed a multi-million-dollar fucking deal with a platform that you stream on, and during your live stream, before the end of it, your phone goes off, you start talking about, you know that you're banned. That means that the people that was on his phone was somebody to do with the Twitch staff for some type of something that went in front of Twitch that came from an outside source that Twitch was dealing with, and Twitch then messaged him on his phone, and Dr. Disrespect gets it and goes, yep, you're going to be shut down, this will be it. And then you don't hear from nothing, nobody posts nothing, he doesn't say anything, nobody says nothing. A lot of people think that it was a publicity stunt or PR. What are you publicizing? What PR are you trying to get for that? You understand? There is no brime. There is nobody that's just going to magically come out and dump $500 million into a platform and instantly Shroud, Ninja, and Dr. Disrespect is over there, and those are the three guys that fucking run the platform. That is not going to happen. Not inside of 30 or 60 days. That'll never happen. First of all, Devin Nash has done a report on that and everything and streamed on that. It's not even a corporation or a company. It's just an online presence of one guy that funded these people and they accepted it. So, in the end, what do we know? Multi-million-dollar deal. Man is worth multi-millions of dollars. Phone goes off. Gone. So common sense would tell you that he's worth a lot of money. Signed a deal that was worth a lot of money. In between here and here, something that predates all of this, something had happened in his life that he had done. And I'm going to say it's probably with the fucking Me Too movement, because streamers are getting Me Too'd to death, because if you're a piece of shit and you did something wrong, people are finally starting to get confidence and coming out and calling you out on it. So, the fact that you're worth all these millions of dollars, you're this big of an online presence, and then all of a sudden you're flat fucking disappeared and gone, what does common sense tell you guys? You understand right there? That is common sense. I'm not telling you to think anything. I'm saying what happens and what the fuck do you guys think that happened? He's worth millions. He just signed a multi-million-dollar deal. He's one of the biggest streamers and content creators on Twitch, and they fucking wiped him out. So there you guys go. You know exactly. And he's not talking about nothing. He's not tweeting about nothing. He's not trying to defend him fucking self. His wife isn't fucking posting anything. People are making all kinds of wild accusations and speculations on him. In the end, common sense tells us whatever it is, it has something to do with something that is very fucking bad. And I'm not even going to say what I think that it is, because I'm going to tell you right now that you guys can make your own fucking thoughts about what it is that I'm thinking. And eventually it will come out sooner or later. But the only thing is right now is that he is an entertainer and a performer. If there's court litigations and all that shit, it's not going to be public addressable information, because this is going to be privately fucking held in a private fucking courtroom setting privately. Not going to be anything that's going to be fucking done public, especially when there's big multi-million-dollar corporations that are fucking involved. This is going to be done in behind closed fucking doors and la-da-da-da-da. Otherwise, Dr. Disrespect would be in fucking handcuffs and being paraded, and they'd be all over the fucking news of being arrested for whatever the fuck that he had done. It's not nothing to do with that. He had done something to somebody previously, and these fucking people are coming after him for fucking money, or they're going to fucking expose what the fuck it is that he had done. You understand? That's exactly what the fuck is going on. And Twitch's fucking parliament for all of it says, we don't want nothing to do with you now. We are getting rid of you. We fucking are dropping you. See you fucking later, bud, because we don't want nothing to do with you and this fucking litigation that he has going on. So in other words, Twitch's fucking stance is, we're going to ban you because of some other shit that you had done that has nothing to do with what the fuck that you did on Twitch. You understand? He did some shit in fucking real life to some fucking buddy. And them people fucking have told Twitch. Twitch said, all right, well, we're not going to even fucking try to deal with this and we don't want to fight it. So they fucking insta-banned him. And since it's still in court and you're innocent until proven guilty, they're DMCA'd, which means that they're not going to talk about it. So that's common sense right there. That is exactly what the fuck is happening. Now, what exactly has happened? That's up for anybody's fucking guess, but it is bad enough, and it is definitely related to what is going on within the platform right now for how many for the movements that are going on, for Dr. Disrespect to just up and fucking be gone. You understand? We're talking about millions and millions and millions of dollars here. We're not talking about $100,000 or $10,000 publicity stunt. We're not talking about a $50,000 fucking YouTube video or a $100,000 YouTube video. We're not talking about that. We're talking about he signed a contract deal that was fucking worth as much as money. Dr. Disrespect is worth only about $3 million in real life. He signed a contract deal with Twitch that was worth more than what fuck he was worth in real life. So for all that to dissipate and fucking vanish is monstrous. Do you guys get that?
Dormant parts.
You think it's on the same level as the method stuff? It's everything to do with that. Yeah, absolutely. The only thing is it wasn't done on fucking stream, brother, and it wasn't done anything to do with Twitch. That shit is real life. Whatever the fuck is going on with him, he did in real life to somebody, bro. You understand? That's real life shit that he has going fucking on there. You know what I mean? And it's worth enough to Twitch to say, we're not going to pay you these millions of dollars. It's not going to, whatever it is that happened, buddy, he didn't talk about it, and he wasn't just sending a message, and it wasn't just a picture. It happened in real life. Do you understand? For Twitch to fucking get rid of you and not pay you millions of dollars. In the end, dude, you're talking about like something that's to the tune of Twitch alone, $10 million fucking dollars. 10 million. For that to just be whoosh, it is monstrous. It ain't him leaving this platform to go stream on that platform, because no fucking platform is going to let him stream on it. Otherwise, he would be over there already. The guy makes tens of thousands of dollars a day streaming. So every day that he's down is money. He's lost it all. It's all gone. He'll never get this back now. It's been too long. You understand? Even if he came back 6 months from now, the momentum that Dr. Disrespect had and what he was built on, and they're going to do it. Let's put it like this. He's going to try to get found innocent and keep everything fucking out of the courts and the public's eye that he possibly can. Okay? That's what it is. Nobody will actually know until this is all over with how bad it really fucking is. But it's $10 million and more bad. Not $100,000 bad. Not $50,000 bad. Not $1 million bad. Multiples of millions of dollars. To the tune of where Dr. Disrespect will go bankrupt and won't be a millionaire no more after this, because it'll cost him everything that he has and lawyer fees and every fucking thing else to stay the fuck out of jail. You see what I'm saying?
Space. Now, what that means in gameplay terms is you can send a stream of anima over to an area, which will enable quests, treasures, events, outdoor world content in that area for you based on your choice on a given day. As you upgrade your anima conductor, you'll have more options that you can unlock. And as you engage in the system in general, you can progress towards permanently enabling and reactivating these spaces, both so that you have the content available for you, but also so that you see the world change around you to an extent. This grove that once was withered and dead in Ardenweald will once again be blooming and flourishing with anima energy thanks to your efforts. And the events that were there will now always be up for you as a result of what you've done. The third system that every Covenant has is a scouting map. This is an extension of the mission system that we first introduced back in Warlords of Draenor, and we've kind of tinkered with that formula a couple times since then. And I think the basic loop there, we've moved away from its central importance that it had in Warlords.
Oh no!
We're not looking to go back to, you know, the Warlords era version of this being a source or the best raid gear in the game or what have you. But it's an outlet for some storytelling, some offline progression. So you have something waiting for you where you log in and something that you can maybe check in on in shorter sessions. But we want to add more depth to the system than what we've had in the last couple of expansions. What we have previously really is just, it boils down to a coin flip. You're doing a simple matching game, matching counters to threats, and maybe you get up to 170% success chance to get your bonus reward and hope you get lucky. And really, if you didn't, there's nothing you could have done better, nothing you did right or wrong, and you either succeed or fail. We want to re-envision the foundations of that system to be
missions for your heroes, like on your ship.
Analog to the
now,
fantasy
except
that
you
we're
need
trying
to set up
convey.
parties with your heroes.
The way a mission works in Warcraft isn't a coin flip. The way combat works in Warcraft, when you're sending these champions out into a dangerous area, isn't success or failure. It's nuanced gameplay with tanks and healers and melee DPS and range DPS as a party of combatants fight a bunch of enemies. And so this is an abstracted form of that type of combat. It still will happen while you're offline, but there's a turn-based system.
This right here basically is pet battling, so you don't have to actually go on pet battle. You're going to have a bunch of pets or buddies, and they're just going to sit in here. And if you get the best ones, they'll just be fighting shit in the background. And even when you're not online, they're still fighting shit and getting stuff for you. And that's just a way. But now this is 6 things that we're up to now.
Here, where you will level up your soulbinds, recruit additional champions. And
whatever happened to I play PvP, I get PvP honor, I go spend PvP honor on PvP gear, I get PvP gear, I go play more PV fucking P. Simple as fucking that. Very fucking easy. Very simple. What the fuck is all this other shit? Why? I go play a dungeon. I know that this boss drops the fucking best helmet. I get the best helmet. Whenever the fuck he finally drops it, I have the best helmet. I move on to the next fucking piece of gear. It doesn't work like that, no. Now there's all this shit. Dude, what I thought that they were getting rid of all this having to grind shit. So now, I mean, right now we're grinding Azerite gear, essences, echoes, your heart for your neck, and then the ranks on your fucking cloak. Right now we're grinding 5 fucking things. And it's taken all the way to the end of BFA before they finally have fucking buffed it enough to where you can go and play an alt, maybe.
To bolster
what the fuck are they doing
and
here?
Send troops custom based on your Covenant out to complete these missions and obviously bring back some of that sweet loot.
So imagine if you come in late in the game, boys. The catch-up mechanics that are going to be required for this. Because right now we're already at 6 things and we're not halfway through the fucking video.
There's a lot of depth to the system. We're going to have a early peek at it in our next couple of builds, and we'll continue to add more breadth to it over the course of the beta. Really curious to hear initial hands-on impressions, and as always with all of our features, we want to jump in and react quickly to whatever feedback we hear. As before, adventures will also be supported in our mobile companion app, which will be updated for Shadowlands at the time of the expansion's release. Now, those 3 features that I just talked about are something that every Covenant has.
There's a
access
fucking
to
app for the fucking things?
But each Covenant also has...
It's gonna be so much of a grind that there's a fucking app for them. So if you're not at home on your World of Warcraft fucking account, you can do it on your fucking app so that when you do get home, you're not left behind. Oh my god. So World of Warcraft needs to take over every aspect of your fucking life, no matter where it is that you are. Because if you fall behind, you're behind. Why would you take this game right here and put it on a fucking mobile app? That way I could go out over here and be doing shit in the fucking game from... That's not what World of Warcraft is. It is, hey dude, you're doing that over there, I'm doing this too. Do you want to jump in my party? It's nice to meet you. How the hell are you? And now you've made a fucking friend online in a game that y'all can run around with and have a conversation with. Not be solo and on your fucking phone at the grocery store and playing your fucking Party's Companion fucking app, dude. Why would you even put any part of this game into a mobile app that you could take from the game itself? Why? Why? This is an MMO, multi-mass player online. It's built to fucking make friends. They are solo fucking grinding fucking people, dude, so that if you work and you're not in a big guild or a raid or all the time or something, you could come in here and you could go and push it out some solo content. But that is not what the fuck this game started as.
A fourth structure that is unique depending on which covenant you've joined. Now, I've been using the Venthyr a lot for as you know, these examples, so let's start with them. If you are a Venthyr in Revendreth, you also have this fourth section of your sanctum known as the Ember Court. And what the Ember Court is, it's a hosting venue for pretty rad parties. If you know the culture of Revendreth, certainly before things really went off the rails in the events leading up to this expansion, was one of elegance, aristocracy, a lot of those tropes surrounding nobility. And part of what that means is showing off your influence by hosting grand galas for the most important individuals, not just from Revendreth, but from across the Shadowlands as a whole. And the Venthyr were notorious for this. Now, your ally, as you join the Venthyr, Prince Renathal, is looking to reestablish himself, to reestablish a new order, and showing off his growing influence and stature in that area. And you're going to help him out as a loyal member of his covenant. And the way that's going to play out is what's effectively, a self-contained minigame where you can go out, seek out guests, invite them to the party, not maybe literally arrange catering, but figure out the different services that are going to make those guests happy, play through the party in real time, maybe fending off party crashers that are trying to disrupt the festivities, and at the end of the day, maximizing the happiness of all your guests. And ideally, if they're happy, on the way out, they'll give you a token of their gratitude.
I don't think they don't even play the game anymore. This result... Yeah, see, here's the problem, dude, is that World of Warcraft takes a monstrous amount of fucking time to complete anything. So if you're running dungeons that day and you ran 5 dungeons, that took 2.5 or 3 hours of your time to do them 5 dungeons. What these guys are expecting out of you is 40 to 60 hours of your life to be able to play World of Warcraft. That's what they're expecting out of you. Because on top of doing all of these things that this man is talking about, you haven't even played any content yet. You haven't went into a dungeon. You haven't went into a raid. You're not in the fucking world. You're just standing in a fucking city at this point right now. You know what I mean? Like, they're expecting a monstrous amount of fucking investment from your time to be able to fucking play WoW or Shadowlands. And this is pretty fucking bad. So basically, if you work 40 or 60 hours that week, you're gonna have to play World of Warcraft fucking another... You don't sleep. It's a full-time fucking job to play a WoW now. And if you do fall behind, it's gonna be 4 months before they'll even try to introduce any type of a catch-up mechanic. Maybe 6. It'll probably be 6 months before you get a catch-up mechanic. So you'd just be behind for months.
And to be clear, this is not gloom and doom, life or death, saving the Shadowlands stuff.
No, it
this
really
is. Just
is
a fun side activity.
No, it's not.
That has a remarkable amount of depth to it.
No, it doesn't.
It's there to allow us to flesh out the
culture
and the personality
PvP.
and the identities of these covenants, of these areas. You're not going to defeat the jailer by throwing the most badass party in the Shadowlands, but that is part of what being a Venthyr is. Now, if on the other hand, you join the Curie in Bastion,
he says hello.
Feature is called the Path of Ascension.
Candy.
Now, the Path of Ascension is driven by this unique soul mirror, whereby you can actually inhabit the consciousness of one of your soulbinds. So you can play, let's say, as the aspirant Pelagos, with a unique set of abilities and go through a series of trials, gladiatorial combat against the most powerful souls of the Shadowlands that you will also go out in your adventures across the world and recruit and capture and bring back to fight within the Path of Ascension. This is a self-contained, combat-heavy system that has, a little bit of a boss rush feel to it. For those of you who are very old school, if you remember the Chartoul event way back in Burning Crusade in Blades Edge Mountains, this is loosely inspired by that. It's the same kind of vibe. And this is available to members of the
he's reading this shit off. This dude is fucking reading shit off a script. Like, he doesn't. There is so much to this. There is so much to this. So much. Do you guys even remember the shit that there was that was before this? Because there's so much that I forgot a lot of it already. We haven't even got into gear yet, or best in slot, or legendary items, or nothing. This is all this other shit before you even get to fucking equip something on your guy. Whatever happened to fucking playing the game, getting a certain amount of something, after you know that you grinded that out, you went and bought your fucking piece of gear that you saved up for. And then when you went and opened up a guy's fucking tab and you inspected him, you knew what the hell he did and put into the fucking game to go and get that fucking gear. Because right now, dude, World of Warcraft and B.F.A right now as it sits is pay to win. You can buy a bunch of fucking coins and pay a guild a bunch of fucking coins. For tokens, I mean. And get all the runs that you want. Get carried all through the fucking game. And you don't even gotta push nothing but the W key on your keyboard, right? And he's just trying to sell you like a bunch of awesome tips. And the only thing that I'm seeing at the end of this is I've been playing this game for 14 years and now you're coming out with another expansion after a terrible expansion to where we just for the last 2 years had to grind out not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 fucking things. And now I could see 6 of them here before I even have equipped the piece of fucking gear on my guy. So I don't know exactly. And like now there's also the fucking that fucking big fucking Torgon fucking thing. Torghast. You still got that shit that you gotta do. Like there is an insurmountable amount of shit. So if you are a PvP player, again, this expansion is going to kick your fucking ass.
Quirks and unique personalities and interests, and used with is the dungeon takes place during an important event. There's this regularly recurring battle royale, effectively, where all of the war houses of Maldraxxus send their greatest champions to fight it out, and to prove who is the strongest, who is the most powerful of all. Because that's a lot of what Maldraxxus is about. It's might makes right is the prevailing ethos there, and demonstrations of power and military might and cunning. Now this has, there are particularly complex layers to what's going on right now, given the strife that's gripping the Shadowlands, that make these particular games perhaps the most important and the weightiest in recent memory. And you find yourself as an adventurer, as a party of adventurers, plunged into this conflict. And the way that's going to play out is as a very non-linear dungeon experience, as you choose which of the different factions you're going to engage with first, as you traverse the catacombs, the tunnels beneath the arena, ultimately culminating in a final encounter where we'll see if you, or well, the 5 of you, can emerge victorious as the ultimate champions of the Theater of Pain. And as with all things Maldraxxus, the prevailing decor here is super metal, so expect more of that.
Expect this dungeon, Theater of Pain, to be an hour-long experience or more every time you get into it. On top of, I just grinded all this other shit for 8 hours. Now I gotta go do this for an hour. How much, buddy, time do they think that a fella has on his fucking hands? In 30 days of playtime, how many hours? Do they think at the end of the day, 30 days, monthly fucking subscription, they have to put in, let's say, 100 hours of playtime in 30 days. In order to fucking stay up with the game. Like, do they realize the amount of time that it takes for the average Joe to come in here and pug through all that shit or make friends or anything? Like, they want you to play this game for a lot of hours a fucking week, dude. A lot. You couldn't play this for 10 hours a fucking week. An hour and a half here, 2 hours there. Every night at the end of work or something like that. You know, have yourself a beer or a fucking grilled cheese sandwich. Run around with your buddies, talk a bunch of shit in the game, kill some stuff, and get yourself a piece of upgraded gear. That's not happening no more. That holy fuck.
As you enter this dungeon. Next up, we are going to be revisiting the outdoor space of the Maw. So this is really where it all began for us in the Shadowlands. We just saw a couple of weeks ago in Alpha, that initial venture into the Maw, the domain of the jailer, as we went in from Icecrown Citadel, not knowing what was going to await us on the other side. What we found was a horrific array of forces that we can't hope to overcome. We just barely escaped from the jailer's clutches.
Just look how he's talking, describing everything. He sounds like he's lost it. He does.
Well, now, as we hit level 60,
he's just like
max level, with the power of a covenant behind us, it's going to be time for us to return to this place where it all began, to go into the Maw, with the goal of investigating, exploring, trying to understand more of what the jailer is up to and how we might thwart those plans.
Some more fucking shit to grind.
The Maw flight path.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Video that's just a look at what the Maw is like in motion.
Here we go. Jesus, that was loud.
All right, so yeah, it's super desolate place, but awe-inspiring in a terrible way. So those are some
the
of the
art
specifics
looks nice,
that we've just covered. I also want to lay out a bit more of what lies ahead as beta unfolds across the summer. Later this month, we'll be kicking off formal raid testing of our Castle Nathria.
Oh my god, dude, we haven't even got into raids and dungeons yet. So guys, before you even try to do any of this shit, you have all this to do, man. Holy fuck, dude. They are expecting a lot out of their fucking player bases, buddy. They want you to stay in-game for as long as possible.
10-boss raid in the zone of Revendreth, where you're ultimately going to face off against the Venthyr Lord Denathrius, who is one of the major power players.
10-man raid.
It's just incredible gothic fantasy. Our encounter team and our dungeon art team had a blast making this. We can't wait to get people in there. As always, we'll have focused testing windows for normal, heroic, mythic, and raid finder difficulties. And as we get on in the beta, we'll be looking to specifically have some targeted invites for experienced raiders who can give us the feedback that we need to get the tuning right on difficulties like mythic. Also later this month, we'll be kicking off Shadowlands Mythic Keystone Dungeons. We want to get these in your hands as quickly as possible. As soon as max level content is unlocked, we want to enable Mythic Keystones. We'll probably have a vendor that just sells Keystones directly just to facilitate testing. Early on, we just want to get initial feedback on how our dungeons are playing with the core
beta
plus affixes, so we can hear quickly, where
what
things
is this,
like
the 8th?
Bolstering or necrotic.
I'd say beta will be out the last week of this month or the first week of next month, dude. They're gonna want to have at least 60 days of beta before they fucking go live, eh? If they're saying late September, early October, maybe even fucking November, like they're saying the fall, right? So it could be the last week of this month or the very first week of August, I'm gonna say, is when beta is gonna start coming out, man. Yeah, they said next week. Oh, really, eh? Starts next week. So this is gonna be next week. So the 15th, it's the middle of this month. Well, I've applied 52 times. They know I want a fucking key.
frustrating And make sure.
Lord forbid they don't give me one of these.
To make the experience that you have ultimately when Shadowlands comes out the best one possible. Later on in beta, we'll also be revealing for focus testing our first Shadowlands seasonal affix, as well as some potential other tweaks to the system. Legendary rune crafting is something we're really excited to let people get their hands on. This is something we talked about way back at BlizzCon, and this is the expression of legendary items in Shadowlands. So for those of you who remember Legion, and really throughout the history of World of Warcraft, some of the coolest loot we've ever made has had that orange color, orange border. When you see a legendary item, it's usually something that's going to transform your gameplay and unlock an all new level of power within you. And one of the big points of feedback that we got that was frustrating in Legion was centered around how these items were obtained and the lack of control over obtaining them. There might be an item that was tremendously powerful, you'd seen videos featuring it, you were really excited to get it, but there was nothing you could do to earn it, you felt, unless you got lucky. Shadowlands is really aiming from the outset to address those concerns and to give you a ton of agency and control over how you seek out and earn your legendaries. So early on, as you venture into Torghast, Tower of the Damned, you're going to encounter this mysterious runesmith who's chained up, shackled in a Hannibal Lecter-style cell in the bowels of Torghast. And what you'll learn pretty early on is that this runesmith wields some of the same power, that power of domination that was once used to craft incredible artifacts like Frostmourne or the now shattered helm of the Lich King.
Thank you for subscribing to
And by
LockOutz.
recovering essence from Torghast, as well as scraps of this ancient runic knowledge that you can bring back to the smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay has arrived. What's up, Split?
The runesmith
How you doing,
will be
Jay?
able to make for you to imbue an item with power.
Thank you for
get from a
subscribing to
Halo's
LockOutz.
armor type.
Gratitude dispensed.
The runesmith can make a legendary of your
There's
choice.
Josh. What's up, Josh?
That
How are you,
would look
brother?
amazing bracers or gloves.
Thanks,
or boots,
guys.
or whatever you're seeking, and work towards it, earn it, and then begin your next project.
How are you?
A lot
How
of
are
these
you?
legendary powers are throwbacks to some fan favorites from across really the past dozen years. Everything from
Yeah, he doesn't
Legion
sound
legendaries
excited at all.
to alt set bonuses to powers that are brand new Torghast powers that you'll
He
be
looks
able
tired.
to use temporarily within Torghast, but sometimes permanently imbue a legendary item with.
This guy got the corona. What's going on, Jay? And Josh, man, thanks for the subs. You guys are great. 14 months and 9 months between the two of you. Holy gosh. How you guys been, man? What's going on in your worlds? Good to see you guys.
Because part of the idea is really this
Wait,
ancient
babe.
runic art is the source of many of those
The
powers.
wife
items
waving.
from the Shadowlands that have found their way out into the world over the years. And finally, they can be yours. Covenant campaigns. So I didn't touch on this when we were talking about covenants earlier, but each covenant, once you join them, has a max level narrative quest arc associated with it. This is similar to the war campaign that we had in Battle for Azeroth, where there
Good.
was an
Freaking
alliance
Streamlabs is
campaign,
mocking me
campaign.
with my
This
stream
time around,
results.
there are
Oh,
4
Jesus.
distinct campaigns of roughly that size and scope, depending on your
That's
covenant.
Streamlabs for
And
you.
Through playing through this,
How you
you'll
been, Jay, man? You
earn
working?
cosmetic rewards for your covenant, unlock an additional soulbind, and really experience the full extent of your covenant's perspective on.
All right, I'm
the
getting
earlier
tired of this guy. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Here we go. This is what I want to see. Here we go.
Really experience the full extent of your covenant's perspective on the world and the events of the Shadowlands.
Okay, here we go. Here it is.
Also, before too long in beta, we want to kick off some focused PvP testing. We want to set up an environment where we can unlock.
Hold on, dude. We want to set up some focused PvP testing. We're going to do a little bit. What the fuck? You went back to work a couple of weeks ago and then went on vacation. Oh, that's pretty good, Josh. Hell yeah. I was asking Jay if, because Jay's in the army. He's a mechanic, I think, in the army. I was wondering if they had him out. They had him away from base for a long time.
Lock all of these systems. We're not trying to test the progression and the rate at which you earn them here, but we want to just let you have access to soulbinds, conduits, legendaries, all the rest, and get early and rapid iteration on arena, battlegrounds, just general PvP combat testing at max.
Yeah, Jay is split. Split. That's Jay.
level so that we can make sure that we're both reining in any outliers, but also just dialing in the overall pacing of combat. You know, no one likes those matches that go into super high dampening. The other end of the spectrum, no one wants matches that are over in 20 seconds in some crazy burst or proc window.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We want to catch a fucking dude slipping and burst him down. What is he talking about? Nobody wants to go in there and play until fucking dampening has 30 fucking % on it. Why can't we set a dude up, man, and catch him? Why can't we catch this dude off in a stun and send him to Africa and then blow his fucking DPS up? Why can't... What the fuck is going on? I gotta watch this again.
Matches that go into super high dampening. The other end of the spectrum, iteration on arena, battlegrounds, just general PvP combat testing at max level, so that we can make sure that we're both reining in any outliers, but also just dialing in the overall pacing of combat. You know, no one likes those matches that go into super high dampening. The other end of the spectrum, no one wants matches that are over in 20 seconds in some crazy burst or proc window.
Yes,
So
we do.
the earlier we can get that in front of you, the earlier, sooner we can start really dialing it into what it needs to be.
Bro, this dude, we want to one-shot people. I want to have 50 fucking kills at the end of a BG because I'm a monster and I fucking can erase the entire team. What the fuck? Oh.
As part of that also, it's kind of the opposite end of the spectrum, we do want to test the pacing of progression and rewards and the rate at which things are earned. And to make that as organic as possible, we'll be probably wiping the existing characters that people have had in the alpha environment probably by the end of this month, and enabling character copies, which will set up end-to-end testing as you can come in with your characters from Battle for Azeroth, level up through Shadowlands, replace your gear organically, earn the rewards you're going to earn, and start giving us feedback.
Man, this is gonna be fucking
So I think
this is gonna be hard on us boys, going from fucking level 4 fucking 80 item level 120 to level fucking 60. No, to level 50. We're gonna be squished to 50 and have to level up 10 levels to 60 to the max level. Go through Shadowlands content. So we're gonna get nerfed 70 levels. And all of that monsters gear that we got now ain't gonna be worth shit. We're gonna replace it with a green.
One of the things we've learned over the years in making these expansions is there's a whole lot that goes into them. There's a ton of moving parts, there's a ton of systems, and we can make our best guesses as to how players are going to interact with them, but there's no real substitute for having the whole thing stood up end to end, having people go through it. And rather than having those regrets that we sometimes have a month or two into an expansion where we realize that we missed the mark.
Dude, that's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. The feeling that you get from, holy fuck, look what I just did to that dude, bro, and blew him up, and it's like, it makes you want to go see if I can do it to that fucking dude over there too, right? And then he blows you up, and you're like, oh shit, that dude's a little bit better than me. Like, they want you to fucking, they want the average Joe to fight the average Joe for fucking... They don't want you to get blowed up and deleted so you get deterred, and then they don't want it to last, you know, all the way into dampening. They're trying to find that middle ground. There shouldn't be a middle ground. There should be player versus player, skill versus fucking skill. If I caught him slipping, I'm gonna delete his fucking ass. Simple as that. He blew his trinket, I can set up on him now, and I'm gonna get him. Why would they fucking do this and take it upon themselves to do this to the PvP community for a whole nother entire fucking expansion, man?
Take your mouse and click the button, won't you subscribe to me? LockOutz, providing the content that you see. I'm visually stimulating your mind, 1 minute at a time.